Why hasn't anybody ever told me how good Trader Joe's is? I know that a lot of people always talk about it. They're like, Trader Joe's is so awesome. They have all this great food. They have all these great Indian meals, frozen meals, all of this great stuff. But I have never really taken that to heart or into account until recently. I went into Trader Joe's and now I am like literally obsessed with Trader Joe's. They have so many great products. Every time I go, the workers are so happy. They're so pleasant. They're so helpful too, which is like, if you know, you know, because Walmart workers, they look like they're depressed and they don't want to be there, which I can't blame them. Also, the prices that I've been noticing at Trader Joe's have been just significantly better than like any other store. Not for every product. I won't just give that as like a blanket statement but for a lot of products, they have been pretty good. For example, I've been really trying to get a lot more protein, like healthy fats, just like really nutritious and good for you kinds of whole foods into my diet. And part of that has been looking into nuts and stuff. And at my regular grocery store, nuts are currently on sale for $6.49. Now that's on sale. They're normally like $11, $12, which is outrageous. Even $6.49 is a little bit pricey, but we won't get too into that. Meanwhile, Trader Joe's has raw almonds for $5.50, somewhere around there for a pound, which is a pretty decent amount, I'd say. I do like almonds a lot, and I prefer raw almonds. I don't like salted nuts at all. They're just way too salty for me personally. Also, I recently got into dates again. I've been seeing all of the TikTok girlies talking about their like dates with peanut butter and chocolate chips, and that has just made me crave dates so bad. So I was like looking around, and all of the stores around me are charging outrageous amounts for dates. Meanwhile, Trader Joe's is charging $5 for a pound. So I got some, and that is just some of my success stories that I have been able to see at Trader Joe's. I will say though, their actual produce does seem to be a little bit overpriced. Like, I'm not used to paying per item of anything, like in terms of fruits and stuff. They don't have a lot of like bulk fruits and veggies, I think. So it's like you pay per item. And for certain items like mangoes and stuff, that definitely makes sense. But I've never like gone to a grocery store and bought a single apple and just paid like a flat rate for the apple. I've always paid like a per LB rate for like produce like that. Same thing with like eggplants and stuff. I've never gone into a store and been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy one eggplant and then paid a flat rate for that eggplant. That to me is like a little bit strange, but I can respect it, I guess. I don't think that any of the like produce that you can buy per like thing is that good of a deal, but let me know if I'm wrong. I might be. I'm admittedly really not that good of a grocery shopper, but I am trying to learn. I continued through the store. I did grab me a little sample. They were giving out mac and cheese. I have to say the mac and cheese was like very salty and a little bit grainy, so I don't know if I would recommend getting that mac and cheese, but I do appreciate that they gave you a little sample to see if you can like actually enjoy it or not, because I probably would have gotten it because it was $2.99 for like an absurdly large amount, and I was like, that's a pretty good deal, but I ended up not really liking it, so I didn't end up picking it. Let me know what your favorite Trader Joe's frozen meals are, or if like you have a super specific set of ingredients that you can only source from Trader Joe's for some reason. Let me know and I will try them out. This year, one of my resolutions was actually to begin cooking at home more and learning how to cook in general, and I think that that is something that I have been kind of struggling with because I am not a very good cook. I will be the first person to admit that. I am not a good cook. I don't really know a lot about cooking in general, so that is something that I am super excited about, because I did notice that the Trader Joe's has a lot of different varieties of like vegetables and fruits and stuff in general, and I am a connoisseur of like Asian stores, Asian like grocery stores, and I know that they have a lot of different vegetables too, but for a lot of Asian stores in general, I've noticed that like it's kind of hard to like buy an appropriate amount. Also, I have just like been on a huge kick recently. Does anybody else get into like these random kicks of like you're obsessed with one certain item and then you like eat it a lot and then you're over it and you can move on with your life and be like a functioning member of society? And or is it just me? I have been in a kick lately for Greek yogurt, and they had a lot of different types of Greek yogurts and stuff, and let me know if Trader Joe's Greek yogurt is any good, because I am on a kick of Greek yogurt and I would really love to explore more stuff about Greek yogurt and stuff. I walked into their very infamous and very well known, I would say. Actually, this aisle in particular is why I even went to the Trader Joe's to begin with, because everybody always raves about their like frozen meals and frozen foods just like in general, their frozen mochis. frozen desserts, all of that kind of stuff. So I was like, I really need to check out like this new Trader Joe's next to me and then like see what the hype is about. So I went in for the explicit purpose of looking at their frozen meals, and I am a frozen meal queen. I love frozen meals. They're so easy, they're so convenient, and if you do them right, they can be sort of kind of healthy. I know that they're obviously not like too healthy. There's a lot of sodium, a lot of oils, a lot of like kind of that stuff in there, but if you're like planning it right, it can be very healthy. And of course, they're a convenient option for people who are very busy, which I have become increasingly busy lately. Anyway, enough rambling about the frozen foods. I have been going all over TikTok, social media, YouTube Shorts, and people have been like raving about the frozen foods that are available at Trader Joe's. So I went in to look at it, and I have to say, a lot of that stuff does sound really good. I'm very interested in trying like a lot of their like bagged Asian meals, a couple of their like Indian meals, definitely all over their like frozen desserts and stuff. I've heard amazing things about all of their mochi, and I've heard absolutely stunning things about their macarons. So I'm really interested in trying that stuff. But I have to say, overall, I was a little bit let down. People have hyped it up so much. I feel like I built up this picture in my head about like how it's awesome it's gonna be and how amazing and blah blah, and then it was like a little bit of a disappointment. But I have to say, I still really actually do enjoy it. I definitely have to spend a little bit more time exploring around in the frozen foods and like trying different things out, seeing what there is to see, and maybe even doing a couple taste test videos. Let me know if you guys want to see stuff like that, and if you do, I actually do have a channel of me like doing mukbangs and stuff. So if you want to see me eating different kinds of foods and stuff, feel free to subscribe to that channel. But I can also totally do food reviews. I've always loved doing food reviews, and I think that I have a very discernible palate, if you will. So I think that I would be great at doing food reviews. And I've always joke around because I'm low-key a picky eater. If I like something, chances are it's actually like a really good food, because like I don't tend to like a lot of stuff. I went into their like pickle aisle, their snacky aisle next, and I have to say, this aisle was calling my name. I am obsessed with pickles. I love pickles. Anything pickled, anything olived, anything like that, I will eat. One of my favorite snacks is actually just pickled baby corn. Pickled baby corn is so good. And I love all of their different selections of like pickles and all of their different like, hot oils and stuff. I think that it is so awesome. And this seems to be like the health and wellness aisle in general. I saw on the other side of the aisle, they had like a whole bunch of like honeys. They had like, I didn't even know that Trader Joe's did this, but apparently they have like their own skincare line and stuff. So I saw that was also on the other side of the aisle. And I have to say, that is actually another reason that I was even in the like Trader Joe's space in general. I am obsessed with Sol de Janeiro. If you look at some of my earlier videos, you will probably see that I am absolutely obsessed with Sol de Janeiro. I love their Bum Bum Cream in like the caramel pistachio, the bright yellow bottle in particular. And I heard that Trader Joe's has a dupe for that comes around sometime this time of year. And I was like, I kind of want to try that out. Unfortunately, they did not have it in stock on the day that I went, but I will keep an eye out for it the next time I go, and every time I go. I kind of probably should make like an alert on like social media in general to see when they restock it, because apparently it's like a yearly thing and it sells out almost immediately. So I definitely probably should make like an alert or something. But if I manage to get my hands on it, I will definitely do a review for you guys. I saw that they had all of these different kinds of honey too, and I have never been a like lover of honey. I don't particularly love the flavor of honey, but I have heard that honey has like some insane health benefits for you guys, and for me that is definitely something that I am trying to focus more on. I am trying to become more of a healthy person, and part of that definitely starts with like the foods and stuff that you're like ingesting and getting in all of your nutrients and your stuff. And I've been trying to get away from like supplements and stuff. Also, I've been trying to cut back on like added sugar, so I heard that honey is a really good thing for like offsetting the lack of added sugar in your diet by having like a natural sugar diet. I guess that would be kind of added sugar. To be honest, I don't really know what added sugar is. That is all for today. Thank you guys so much for coming to Trader Joe's with me. Definitely let me know in the comments below if I've missed anything. I love you guys so much. I will hope to see you guys next time. Bye.